Hey guys, welcome back to Fallout 4, continuing from where we left off in our quarters at the Institute. We're gonna head back over here to Father and continue on with our next mission, the battle at Bunker Hill. So let's get over there and talk to him.
Son.
Ah. Hello, Father. Tell me, what would you do when someone has stolen from you?
I try and talk it out, see if things can be resolved peacefully.
An admirable goal. And yet we find ourselves in a situation where something more significant must be done. The group that calls themselves the Railroad have acquired several synths from the Institute. Synths that had gone missing in recent months. They no doubt mean to free these synths, in their delusion that synths are somehow sentient beings. You've been in contact with the Railroad, so you're aware of their misguided beliefs.
What happened? What have they done?
They are in possession of technology that usually they are a minor nuisance. But lately they have... I'm afraid we've reached the point where a response is necessary. We have learned the current location of these synths, and need to reacquire them before the Railroad.
Where are the synths located?
A small settlement at the old Bunker Hill monument. But it's important that we act on this soon, before the Railroad has any indication we've... We also don't want the Brotherhood of Steel getting wind of the presence of the synths. That would only complicate.
Is it just me, or will I have backup?
A Corsair will be waiting for you outside Bunker Hill. You'll have support should you need it. But we...
No problem. Reach Bunker Hill. Optional, inform the Railroad, which we will do. What do we have that there? Railroad HQ. So, boop, boop. Loading screens. Everyone knows them, everyone hates them. The people who like special ordered Fallout when it came out, they got those.
I need you in her room.
Thank you.
Bet you never met a synth before Glory. One more hour till my shift ends.
Confirming presence of rogue variable. Dispensing data. There are 3 independent reports of Corsair analysis completed based on target's activity pattern. Conclusion. The Institute is actively looking stopgap solution. Terminate.
Go on.
Target designated Corsair Alpha is in a defended location with lower generation synth. Eliminate Corsair variable, leaving no survivors.
No problem. Eliminate the Corsair.
Establishing Mercer Safe House is a sign we're on the road to recovery. Thank you for that.
Can I
It's
talk to
easy.
you?
Something on your mind?
The Institute knows about Bunker Hill. They're planning to recapture the synths there.
The timing couldn't be worse. The old man's been sitting on those 4 synths. There's nowhere else that's safe we could put them. Maintaining your cover is vital. But this...
How much damage would it cause if we let them hit us?
We're running out of places to hide our synths. That's why we put so many eggs in one crowded basket. So what would we lose? 4 synths, Stockton, some of our best agents, and the inevitable civilian casualties? We've never known when and where the Institute would strike us next. But now we have a chance. We wait until the enemy is in position, then we hit them hard. No one they send out comes back alive except you.
With me working the inside angle, this is doable.
We can't attack too early. We need to draw them into the kill zone, and then spring the trap. You'll probably have a Corsair escort. You'll have to take them down. You've done it before, but it'll...
No problem.
Like you said, I've done it.
It's a risk, but it's one.
Alrighty, now that we got that taken care of, we need to head to Bunker Hill. They don't know what's about to hit them. It's decently late in the day where I'm at, so probably have this and maybe one more recording, and then I'll call it for the day. Because we'll need to be watching out for the kids getting back from school. Not my kids, my niece and nephew. And going in there to help with get dinner started, so everyone could have something to eat. So yeah, we should have time. We should have time to do this and one more recording, and then I'll call it for the day. But we still got a little bit to go on this, so it's all fine.
I've been waiting for you.
Sorry to have held you up.
Try and keep up from here out. Our targets are inside. 4 synths under railroad protection. Majority of the settlement is uninvolved and are expected to run for cover. The situation appears to have escalated. The covert approach is like we move in, secure the synths, and I relay out with them back to the Institute.
Uh-huh. Hey, I'm gonna need some of your grenade.
Very well. Our targets are being sheltered by a man named Stockton. Limited backup will be available to us. Use these only if necessary. Here are the recall codes. Follow me.
Let's go.
SRB intelligence reports indicate that the synths are the mission's parameters just changed. Going shooting. Requesting backup relay now.
Why are they hostile with me? Shit! That's the feral ghouls now? This is chaos! But it's fun! Shit just going on everywhere. Thing's eating up ammo. Shit! We're low on life. Gotta heal, gotta heal. Goodbye. There's still a bunch of fighting going on. Let's see, what did we pick up? Nope, I didn't mean to pick up all that. Let's see, we left, but need a left leg. Need to drop some of this stuff. We're freaking over encumbered again. I already have that machete. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need those. Okay, that's better.
Don't have the key.
Let me in. Can I not get in? Here we go. Are they shooting at him? Yes, they are. Well, I think that's it. CIT ruins. It must have accidentally hit those caravan guards. They'll eventually die out because, you know, they're immortal. And they're diable, and heavies are diable characters. So, yeah. Usually when it comes to that kind of situation, who's gonna win? The immortal. Now we have to meet Father on the top of the building. Of course, I have to remember how to get up there. I don't think it is like this. It's worth a try, though. Can we get up there? No, we can't. Because I think it's weird to get through here to get up to the top. It always takes me a minute to, like, where's the stairs? Where do I need to go? So, where?
Someone there? What? Who's there?
Engaging. Hostile
You must be
life force.
terminated.
Well, your guts around my neck.
They don't have guts. They're robots. Stairs. I'll let the synths deal with the super mutants while I just... There we go, stairs.
The victim is critically damaged. Repairs.
Friendly. Oh, he lost an arm. So he's gotta just punch.
Spineless human.
He ran this way. Oh. Here we go. Stairs. Down you guys go.
Reporting status. All functions normal.
Man, you guys are ugly up close, aren't you? Another down synth. With chest. And the safe, too. And nothing useful. We can actually get into this one, so we will.
Nice.
Take the ammo. So we need to continue over this direction, I believe. Looking for more stairs or a ladder or something. See, this is what I'm talking about. It's like where do we need to go? See, this is why it always takes me a minute here, because I always have trouble remembering, like, where do I go from? Like, this is like the topmost floor. So we've got to be looking for a door. But I'm not seeing one. You know, we're on the topmost floor. Do you guys see one anywhere? Or am I just being, like, blind? Need to go to our map. Local map. Commonwealth. Looks like it says this way. Looks like we need to go down. Oh, I hate this. We're really just going in circles, aren't we? Maybe we need to go down one floor. Door. Nope. That's certainly not it.
Scanning. Unknown identity. Clearance confirmed. Operating at full capacity.
How are you operating at full capacity? You're missing an arm. Where do we need to go? Like, so annoying. Does anyone else ever have this problem? It's like you just can't figure out where to go. It's like, and this map doesn't really help. I think this is the way we're supposed to go. Yes, here it is. Really hate that. You really need to make, if you make like two separate maps, you need to make sure like one is good and the other can give you a little better navigation. Like the world map, the local map. Make the local map where it's easier to tell, like, oh, you actually need to turn around, go down 2 flights, turn to the left, go forward, and then go to the right, and then up some more stairs, and you find the door you're looking for.
Sean.
You know, in all my years, I've never set foot outside the Institute. Not once. Since the day they brought me here. I've never had a reason. But now, this just confirms the truth I've always known. The Commonwealth is dead. There's no future here. The only hope for humanity lies below.
So why come out here?
To put things in perspective, I suppose. Standing here, I'm reminded of how fortunate I am that I was spared a life in this wasteland. I know that to you, I was kidnapped from that vault. In truth, the Institute rescued me. Both of us, really.
Why refreeze me?
As a failsafe, of course. I was the perfect candidate. An infant with uncorrupted DNA. But if something were to go wrong, if I died, well, the Institute realized a contingency plan was prudent. Another source of pre-war DNA, preferably related to their primary subject. It only made sense that my parents should fill that role. So you were kept alive and safe within the vault. I'll admit, when I had you released from Vault 111, I had no expectations that you'd survive out here in all this. To not only do so, but manage to find me. To infiltrate the Institute itself. Extraordinary.
So it was you. You let me out.
Yes. It was my decision. Certainly it was no longer necessary to keep you suspended. An experiment of sorts. I had no idea what kind of man you were, you see. Would the Commonwealth corrupt you, as it has everything else? Would you even survive? Perhaps most curious to me, would you, after
Of course.
all this time, attempt to find me? And now I know the answer.
Sean, you need to know. I still love you.
I can see that you do. Well, it's remarkable. Soon, I hope you'll understand. A future which I hope is not in jeopardy after recent. Bunker Hill did not go well for us.
We were totally ambushed. They were...
You can imagine that I find that very hard to believe, given that all the intelligence leading up to this indicated we'd taken them by some. Bunker Hill was to cement your place as a valuable asset to the Institute. And to see the Brotherhood of Steel involved in this, they had... I will refrain from sharing the outcome with the Directorate for the moment. Things are already in motion. Speaking of which, it's time for you to become more involved in the future of the Institute. I'd like you to join me inside. The Directorate is meeting, and you should... I'll be waiting. I've seen enough. It's time to go back in.
It's always cool to watch. It's like something out of like Star Trek or whatever. But anyway, guys, I think that'll about do it for this episode of Fallout. Thank y'all for joining me. Please be sure to leave a like and comment and subscribe, and I will see y'all next time. Goodbye.